Okay, we'll give you a quick walk around the 1981 S Capri, French. Just bought it yesterday from Portugal. Car is very solid. I think it's been in Portugal for most of its life, probably still on French reg, but I think it's probably spent most of its life in Portugal due to the fact how solid it is. Offside sill, all good. All the A-pillars where they usually go here, very solid. All the floors, absolutely superb. Rear floors around the rear spring hanger, very good. Inner sills, absolutely nothing on it whatsoever. It's been taken apart by a one-armed, clumsy Tasmanian devil, but you got to expect that. I've sanded it down and then just left it, but that should come out with a bit of P80 and etch, I would have thought. Again, genuine Ford wings with the bit under there, a little bit of bog in the front, but I think that's more to a dent than rust. Front valance is a bit solid, but it's been knocked a bit, so it'll take some beating out. All the lower rear corners very solid. Nothing there, nothing on the inside either. The other side's got a bit. Rear valance needs a bit of straightening out, but solid. A little bit there, a bit more there, so it's going to need a little piece putting in the bottom. I don't think it warrants a complete repair section, but you never know when you get into it. This side sill has been welded up by, well, something, and the whole sill has been smashed in by the looks of it, so they've either hit a high curb or something like that. Again, A-pillar sections absolutely rock solid. Corners of the scuttle where they always go, they start bulging out there, absolutely nothing. Front floors superb. Rear floors again always go around here. Usually they start cracking on the where the front of the rear spring mounts up. Absolutely nothing. Inner sills very good, so this outer sill's going to need replacing due to the fact it's mashed up. Again, the door, yeah, it's a solid door, but I think we've got a spare for that. This wing appears to have been replaced, I think, judging by that. It's one of these things with Capris, a lot of the times you have to just live with it. But it's a genuine Ford wing, or it's certainly got the thing Veng made wings as well with that piece in there. So all genuine Ford wing. Doesn't sound like a genuine Ford one, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Underneath the bonnet, all the strut tops. Again, the rear's where they meet the bulkhead. Usually start swelling there. Around the headlamp inspection holes, absolutely nothing. Obviously left-hand drive car, so the battery tray's on the offside. Or strut tops, rear quarters, rear sections where they meet the bulkhead. Around the headlamp, say absolutely nothing. As I said, looks like this wing has been replaced. It probably got bashed when the sill got bashed. Bonnet, unfortunately, on the inside. I've never seen this before. It's gone on the inside. Yeah, the outside skin is absolutely spot on. So, knowing what Mark III bonnets go for, I'll probably try and repair that. We'll see if we got something coming in that's got better bonnet. Again, front valance, damn shame really, because it's very, very solid, but it's just, yeah, they've obviously driven it into something or another. But I know a man that's very good with a dolly, so hopefully he'll straighten that out. So we're going to get it off the trailer this afternoon and do the first revival for chasing crappy cars. Just to add, being an early S, this has got the Carla in check, I believe they call it, Carla check, with fishnet headrests. They only use these up until I think it was 82, and they start turning to grey stuff. So I know these seats are quite sought after. The bolsters are gone as per usual, and the tops of the tops are there, but I've got a friend that'll probably be able to locate me some material. Again, the lower squab has got cover on it, which has probably saved it to an extent. Then take them off and wash them. Thankfully we know how to do that, and I've got a good local trimmer that'll be able to repair all the bolsters and put new pieces in at the top. All good. This is part 2 of chasing crappy cars with Pedro, my mate. And we're just doing the bits to get the engine started. We're going to check it turns over. You've got a 19mm spanner there, mate. Just doing all the basic stuff first, stuff that, you know, obviously you should do before you try and start any engine, to make sure it turns over, which it does. It's a Pinto. It looks like someone's tried to take it out and got so far and given up, because there's various bits disconnected, like the prop, gear stick. They had a strap around the top of it, taken the alternator off, disconnected the starter. So we're going to do all this, the like daft bits, just turning spanners for 10 minutes, getting it ready to start, which I'm sure you guys don't really want to see, and we'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so we've set up a coil, got the battery on. We've gone straight to the battery with a coil wire, saved going through the ignition. And this is the wire we've wired up for the starter, because all the engine bay loom is all to cock, really. So rather than go through and having to check this, that and the other, going back to the key, just start it old school. So put a coil in it, new King Lead. I haven't touched the points yet, we haven't touched the carburetor, we've got a bit of petrol. We'll put in a pot noodle container wherever it's gone. There he is. King pot noodle, obviously. So yeah, this is the first thing. We just make sure it actually turns over. We know it turns over by spanner, but and that's going to be a big yes. Okay, so that's good. That's a good shout. Okay, so next thing is test if we've got any spark. But before we do that and it tries to start, we'll put the clocks back in, unless they've disconnected the oil feed pipe, which is quite possible, which is down here. It's easier to get to on right hand drive cars, but there we go. Let's see if they have actually disconnected that, wherever there's any oil pressure pipe or wire. That's down there. Okay, so we got the oil pressure pipe connected up. Could put just like a Cortina Sandy oil pressure switch in there to block it off, but Capri's have got the gauge in there, so we've connected it up there and then connected up to the back of the clocks, just so we can see what the oil pressure is if and when it starts. So the cat's trying to get in there. Don't think we need any assistance down there, dear. So what we're going to do now is just give it a spin over. Come around this side, mate, and get on the ignition wire. So we'll just connect the coil wire up. I can hear this coil clicking, which is a good sign. That's the cat gone. Yeah. The cat's out of the way. What I'll do, just see if it's got any spark at the plug to start with. Try and find a clean piece of steel. This is probably where I get a belt now, but there you go. Get on that one in a minute, yeah. I'll just see if there's any spark. Right, okay, just give me a spin over. Yeah? Yep. No, on the other red one, mate, on that one there. Okay, I can't hear anything. Let's have another go on something else. Okay, and again. Yeah, we got a spark. That's pretty cool. Seeing as that's been probably sat up for what I'd say probably 20 years, best part of. That's pretty cool. Usually the points are a bit, they still might need cleaning up a bit, but we'll see if it'll go without it. We'll put some petrol in there, do it. It's got the old twin choke web right there, pretty bulletproof. They do wear various ways on the internals, but there we go. We get to see the joys of Portuguese petrol now, which is purple for some reason. That'll do. Purple petrol. Unbelievable. Right, so what we're going to do is just fill the vent up in top of the carb so it fills the bowl up. It's probably full of crap after all these years, but I'm sure. Let's see if it'll give it a go. Okay. Do you want to just give him another spin over? We'll see if it behaves. And again. Cool. Well, I think that answers the question. It's a little bit cammy, but there's probably no oil up there just yet. And these are known for being a bit cammy. I think it's done 100 and... well, it says 36,000 on the clock, so that might be 136,000 kilometres. So whatever that is in miles, 70, 80,000, something like that. 85,000 maybe. So what I'll do is we'll go and get a little fuel line rigged up to it, and then come back and run it for a little bit longer, and we'll see what the pressure is. See you in a minute. Okay, we've got a rudimentary petrol tank there, in the Hellman's mayonnaise jar. And hopefully the fuel pump will pick up. What a lot of people don't do is they try and run them, pull them up from dry. If you just squirt a bit of fluid back down it, try and get it into the pump. You got pliers there, dude? Try and get the pump primed. It's more likely to pick up if I can get the pipe off, that is. Can you just hold that? Just film what I'm doing. Okay, oh, great. We'll pull the pipe out of the carburetor, that's another one, but I'm sure it'll fit back in there. Well, hopefully that should give it a fighting chance. So we'll just pop him back there. Bastard thing back in, there he is. Okay, we'll put a little bit more fuel down top of the carb. Get him started, just still filming. Really? Good. Awesome. Okay, a bit more fluid in there. I just want to get it running for a couple of minutes and just see what the oil pressure's like. Cover myself in more strange fluids. Okay, so if you get on the, still got the coil wired up, so we know it starts, so it should fire off pretty easy. Go on then, mate. Okay, well it looks like the fuel pump's working. That's pretty cool. Not too bad actually. So will it tick over? Yes, it's ticking over. And oil pressure just about halfway. Oh, that's the battery. One underneath it. You can see it. There you go. Just over halfway. It's about right, I suppose, for a Pinto. So there we go. Sat for 20 something years. And it starts off with no plugs and no points changed, just a bit of fuel down the carb. All good.